The second topic I'd like to discuss with you today is our education infrastructure. We face a whole host of challenges within the province of Sindh, education being amongst one of our priorities. Obviously, without access to education, our people have no hopes of prospering, economic progress, of getting jobs. And we're proud to say that we've prioritized not only our higher education, but also our primary facilities. In 1947, there was one university in the province of Sindh. 50 years, by 2008, there were 10 universities in the province of Sindh, and of those 10 universities, there were 2 additional campuses. When you establish a campus, it increases the outreach of that university. Say there's a university in Karachi, and I can establish a campus in Badin or somewhere else. It gives, still need one in Badin, but it gives access to rural areas. So by 2008, there were 10 universities in the province of Sindh and 2 campuses, mostly established in the 1970s, subsequently in the 1990s. By 2025, we now have 30 universities. 30 public universities in the province of Sindh established by the Pakistan People's Party government. And in addition to these 30 universities, we now have 18 instead of those 2 campuses. That further extends the reach of these universities into our rural and more far-flung areas of the province. As far as our primary education is concerned, I want to particularly talk about the challenges we faced as a result of subsequent consistent flooding. In 2010 and 12, we had our education infrastructure ravaged by the historical floods that we faced then. And in the 2022 floods alone, we had 7,503 schools that were completely damaged. We had schools standing there and they no longer stand today. And then we had 12,305 schools that were partially damaged. Together, that's 50% of Sindh's education infrastructure gone in a flood. And that obviously has challenges. It takes decades, as you can see, to set up the infrastructure, and these natural calamities that we've seen on devastating scales to undo that progress overnight. That has consequences. It has consequences for children going to school, for your literacy rates. But the Sindh government has partnered with the federal government, with international financial institutions. Of those completely damaged schools, so far we've managed to reconstruct 5,243 schools, with this breakdown from the GOS, international financial institutions, and the government of Pakistan supporting us in this work. Some of the post-flood schools rehabilitation there. We have a whole host of other interventions. I've thought I'd try to narrow them down. Teacher recruitment used to be a serious issue. We partnered with private institutions, international institutions, to ensure that we have transparent, merit-based appointments within our teachers recruitment initiative, and we managed to recruit more than 100,000 teachers through this merit-based process. We have public-private partnerships that have outsourced we've partnered with NGOs, with the private sectors to run educational institutions, public schools in Sindh. This has drastically increased the service delivery. I'd particularly like to mention Mr. Shehzad Roy, that's sitting in the corner over there, and his Citizen Foundation for the partnerships that we've done. We've improved our student-to-teacher ratio in Sindh. We had a student-to-teacher ratio of 50 students to 1 teacher when the Pakistan People's Party government took over. We've now managed to bring that down to 35 students to 1 teacher. We still have a long way to go. We've built 129 new colleges. We have scholarships programs, international scholarships program, the most recent of which is the Oxford Bhutto scholarship, and also with the Sindh education, we have scholarship programs that seem to have been eaten up my data, or I just can't see it. trust me. We have not only international scholarship programs, but also local scholarship programs. There we are, 4,000 scholarships annually just through the Sindh Education Foundation alone. What we're particularly proud of is not only our tertiary care, our university, our primary school education, but particularly our special education facilities for differently able Pakistanis. Sindh was the first province to pass legislation for the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. We were the first province to set up an autism center, 100% free of cost, I think it was 2018, in Karachi. And we've managed to take that number now across the province to 10 autism centers where we provide 100% free of cost special education facilities for the differently abled in Sindh, and we've introduced a 5% employment quota.